Yeah. Hello, everyone, and welcome, Embr team, for being in here. I'll be hosting this AMA today. So I'm your host, Black Adam, and today we have Embr team in here with us in Crypto AMA Lounge calls for this AMA. So Benjamin will be talking on behalf of the Embr team. So Benjamin, please introduce yourself and give a brief background on your experience in the cryptocurrency and tell us why you are here and tell us about the Embr plan.
Yeah, no problem. I am Ben. I'm from Embr Core Team. I'm here to introduce to you our latest product that we've just released. And I'm also going to talk to you guys something called Matter One. I do warn you guys, what I'm about to tell you will blow your mind. So just sit back and relax and grab some popcorn because tonight's going to be a fun night. So if you've not heard of Embr, you're going to. So I will start off if that's okay. So if you're a project in here, or if you know a project in here, you would definitely want to start listening in. So at the moment, Embr has launched about 2 weeks ago what we call the checkout. The checkout is these floating buttons at the bottom of your screen that you see here. They don't interfere with any of your interface or anything like that. They don't take up any real estate on your website. And what they are, you click on them and they're a checkout. The best thing about these for projects is to stop people going away to PancakeSwap, Uniswap, and taking people away from your website. You have your own contained checkout launcher right on the embedded to your website. Also, some amazing features that we're going to go through as well. Now, if you're on a multi-chain, you just click here and you can pick between the actual chains. I've got quite a few pop-ups here. We're on crazy amount of projects at the moment, and you can literally pick from a number of different chains, from BSC to Polygon to Ethereum to Avalanche to Albitron, just a Phantom, the list goes on. So you can just pick anyone you want. So if I want to buy Viet Inu, I can do. Now I've got a number of choices here as well. If I click the BNB option, I can click through BNB, BUSD, UTCD, Tether, and Wrap BNB. It gets even better, guys. If I've got, example, I don't know, a Floki token in my wallet, and I want to get rid of it. So I've got $10, $20, $30, and I want to buy Viet Inu on their website. I can just flip over and just use my Floki token and swap it straight to Viet Inu token. You can buy, you can sell, or you can swap over. It's no problem at all. I'm just going to do Volt Inu when it loads up. Sorry, my computer's very slow. It will do it in a minute. When it wants to do it, I'll come back to that. Great. Other great features as well. We have buy with credit card. So a project can actually have a fiat on-ramp on their website free of charge. You click here and then give you sort of an example of the fees that if you want to buy the native token with a credit card on their website. We charge around about 3.5% from credit card to native token in wallets. There is no KYC up to $500 as well. It takes a few minutes to go through, and then you get your BNB, or if you want to buy ETH and so forth. So if you click to different fonts, so if I click Ethereum, it'll be buy ETH with credit card. If I click BNB, it'll be buy BNB with credit card. Some absolutely incredible features. These checkouts are completely free to all projects. We do not charge anything to the projects to put it implemented onto the website. They just need to go to a link called checkout.embr.org that will give you guys the link at the end of this AMA. As much as that is incredible, the mind-blowing game changer of crypto is around the corner. We have something called Matter One. What Matter One is, you're probably thinking, what is this? No problem. We have built, designed, and patents going through credit card in one flow to token in wallet in seconds. I want you to just sit back and think about this. When you first came into cryptocurrency, I guarantee you, all of you in this space and hundreds of thousands of other people buying their first ever token, this is the flow. The flow is you get KYC'd on Binance. You then have to wait for that KYC to go through. You then have to buy BNB. Then you have to send that BNB over to a wallet. Let's call it Trust Wallet for this argument. You then have to then swap that BNB to Smart Chain. From that Smart Chain, you have to go to these ugly DEXs called PancakeSwap. You then go on to PancakeSwap, you then got a set slippage, then you get a warning pop up saying this is a low risk, medium risk, or high risk. Scary. And then I've got to find contact addresses. This is the flow at the moment to actually get a token in your wallet from a credit card. It is old school. We have built a system just like Amazon where you can go from credit card to token and wallet in one flow in seconds, no KYC, under $500. Now, if you don't think that's a game changer, I'll show you the next thing. We have also something called any-to-any. Now, what any-to-any is a quite straightforward thing. I can go to this checkout on a project's website, let's say Grove for argument's sake, and I can buy Grove with the wrong token. What that means is, in a nutshell, it's very straightforward. I can go to have an Ethereum token, let's call it Ben token for this argument, on Ethereum, and I can go onto this checkout and it will swap my Ben token on Ethereum to Grove token on BSC in seconds with no bridging. Again, let that sink in. This means for cryptocurrency as a whole, there will be no more bridges. Imagine that, no more bridges in the crypto space. You can swap any token on the 7 chains that we support to another token. The checkout at the end of the year will then have an off-ramp. So you can buy in seconds with a credit card. You can swap any token on the 7 chains to another token on the 7 chains in seconds. And you can also off-ramp your token in seconds, making it what we call the ultimate checkout experience. You think about Amazon. When you go to Amazon, very straightforward, you literally pick an item, you put it in your basket, you go to a checkout, and it's completed all in seconds. That is where crypto should be right now. The world of crypto is a scary world. And when someone buys BNB and it takes 4, 8, 10, 20 minutes, even sometimes a day, 2 days, 5 days sometimes, depending on where you buy it, our system actually functions where it will be done in seconds, meaning your grandma, your uncle, your brother, your friends who have no understanding how to buy a token can now buy a token in seconds, sell in seconds, and also swap any token on the 7 chains to your token of choice on the 7 chains, all within a swap factor. Again, let me go to the next stage. We'll then also provide what we call payment rails for projects and DEXs. So you can actually put these API keys straight into your project. I give you a scenario. If you are an OpenSea and you've got a NFT project and one of your NFTs, say listings is a Polygon NFT, you have to buy it on Polygon. Now with that, I have to turn up with the right native token. I have to turn up with Polygon, right? Not anymore. You can turn up with a BSC, let's call it Donkey Kong token on BSC of the same UST value, and I can swap it and get my Polygon NFT with my BSC token. Again, we want to put these ramps for DEXs, meaning a big DEX, small DEX, medium DEX can have all these APIs so they can actually implement, let's say PancakeSwap, for instance. We can implement to PancakeSwap credit card to token in wallet in seconds. We can do any to any within the 7 chains, and we can also provide them off-ramp, all as part of a service. Again, think of it of OpenSea, think of it of gaming, think of all the possibilities projects and DEXs and NFT marketplaces can actually use this. Next year, we're then going to go into the e-commerce world, meaning if I have a company, let's just say for argument's sake, I have a hair transplant company, and literally I can actually implement a checkout, a crypto checkout on my website. I can then go to that website, the hair transplant website, just say for argument's sake, it's £4,000 for a hair transplant. I can pay with any token of my choice on the 7 chains, and that company on the other end will receive £4,000 worth of USDC on their end. So they'll get the equivalent to the USDC amount, but the customer pays with any token on the 7 chains, meaning the vast market of the world can actually, businesses wise, can actually accept cryptocurrency as a currency. So yeah, it literally, the world is everywhere, and it's literally coming to checkout and coming to Matter One API Rails and checkout in general. So if you've got a project in here and you want a free checkout, we supply them. We also do other things. In a couple of weeks, we'll have a free checkout buy bot. You guys might have heard of Bobby Buy Bot and Bubble Buy Bot in Telegrams and in Discords. We're going to create our own one. It's coming in the next week or two. And then from that, you can actually go onto your Telegram and actually buy your token on the checkout. At the moment, of course, it's a 2-stage process where you have to buy native token and then swap your native to your token, or you can just swap token on chain to token all on the checkout flow. Or it's saying in a couple of months when Matter One comes into play, you can do credit card to token in wallet in seconds. Let me just show you Voltinu. Now, we're on absolutely crazy amount of projects at the moment. You guys might have heard of Voltinu. You might have heard of Grove. These are all like 100 million market cap tokens. These are absolute giants in the space. Yet they're all taking our technology. We only released this 14 days ago, and literally we're on absolutely crazy amount of projects, and it's growing day by day. We have agreements in place for other things that we cannot say at this moment in time that are absolute game changers. But what we are allowed to say is we're in deep talks with MetaMask at the moment to implement the API rail into MetaMask so they can offer on MetaMask, yes, MetaMask, credit card to token in wallet, any to any, and off ramp as well. This is what we call the game changer of cryptocurrency. I'm not disrespecting metaverses or NFT projects or any projects that are out there, but they all do sort of the same sort of thing, just in different little ways. The biggest problem we have in cryptocurrency at the moment is getting a token in seconds. There's nothing built yet until now, and its patents are going through. There is nothing out there that you can swap a token on the wrong chain to that token at the moment. You have to go through bridging. And the problem with bridging, if you're good at cryptocurrency, I understand, but if you're not, it's hard. And it's even harder if you're good at cryptocurrency to go through bridging. You need the right gas. I give you another example I did last week. I was trying to get into a token on Albitron. And I had only tokens in BSC, so I had to sell my token to USDC. I then had to bridge it to Ethereum. And then from there, I had to have gas of Ethereum to do the bridging. But I needed to buy the Ethereum, but I needed $5 of gas for Ethereum. But I was trying to buy the Ethereum. It was just completely flawed, and I couldn't actually make the purchase. This was the biggest problem. Now, our checkout with no bridging involved will take your token from there to there in seconds. Again, off-ramp at the end of the year as well. Buy bots coming in the next couple of weeks. And then again, the API rails for the mass market of DEXs, NFT projects, and the world. That is my pitch. I hope you enjoyed it. We do have Dan in the room, I think, and he is here to help in any questions, shape or form that you've got. And I'm here as well to go through everything. I do like to just repeat myself one more time. These checkouts are free of charge to all projects involved. Okay, so any projects that wants a free checkout on their website, so they can, in a few months, do credit card to token and wallet in seconds, swap any to any, and off ramp. But at the moment, we've got these checkouts where you can buy native token, swap native token to token as well, and again, choose from our database of 4,000 tokens. I'm just going to just type in anything, see what comes up. We've got all these tokens we can. So if I've got this token example in my wallet, I can swap it straight to Voltinu in seconds. I just connect my wallet, press buy, and it just goes through in seconds. Thank you.
Okay, that's really beautiful presentation. It's really great to see that you guys are bridging the gap between some real world and crypto world. As you said, people can buy with fiat, and uh, I was stuck when I needed to swap a token using the bridge other day, and it looks super easy with your platform. Yeah, yeah, it's really wonderful. Okay, so would you like me to ask questions, or would you like to
Of
talk
course,
about
any
Ember
questions in the
Prime
chat? Normally,
as
when
well?
we do AMAs, there are thousands of questions because this is new. This is a new
Yeah.
thing. Normally, it's a metaverse, so people have the same sort of questions, and they get with this. The people in your room, I do apologize. This is like the game changer of cryptocurrency. So you're going to have 1,000 people wanting questions. How does it work? What are the charges? How is it built? What patents you got? There'll be all these questions going through. And trust me, we have all the answers. It's coming if you like it or not. If you're not on this bullet train, then you're just going to watch from the sides because these checkouts will be absolutely everywhere within the next 12 months.
Yeah, these checkouts are really awesome, and it's really a unique kind of mechanism because I have been in this space for more than 2 years, and I never saw something like this. I wanted to ask that what were the limitations or what were the obstacles that you guys faced in developing this kind of ecosystem?
Oh, so many obstacles. Of course, if it was that easy, everyone would build it. That's the main thing. If it was that easy, everyone would build it. But it's a case of it has taken us many, 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 many months of breaking it down, rebuilding it, changing it, everything to get it to the perfect checkout. I'd like to show you this as well. Now, we have something called payment links. I forgot to mention this. We have payment links. So a lot of people on their websites, sorry to cut you in, I just need to completely forgot about this. People put on their websites and also in Telegram, there's a lot of bots that send people over to PancakeSwap. And I see these buttons on people's websites where it says buy now. You click on it and it takes you away from your website to, you're like, what the hell are you doing? You've got to keep the traffic on your website. These payment links will pop up and they're completely customized. You'll have your price, you'll have some editorial about your project, you'll have your contact address. We are adding charts to this as well. And then again, you'll have the checkout on the right-hand side. The whole thing that we are looking at is there are so many flaws in cryptocurrency, how you buy at the moment. And the biggest struggle with crypto is how you buy and how you sell and how you swap a token off chain to another token off chain. It is mentally crazy. It should be like a eBay or a Stripe, PayPal, Amazon. It should be that experience where you just pick what you want to buy and buy it, and there's no waiting around. You know, we've mentioned it so many times. How many people in this chat has bought native tokens and they've waited hours and hours for it. And you generally do believe it's gone missing, it's disappeared, it's vanished. And even on bridges, sometimes you do a bridge and it doesn't go through, but yet they take your gas. And then if you're trying to buy on ETH, they take like $10 sometimes, $20 just for the gas. And it's like, you've lost it, it's gone. Not anymore. No more bridges. No more multi-chain anymore. A project doesn't need to go multi-chain. It can just be on one chain. And yet, if you've got a token on AVAX, Phantom, Polygon, Ethereum, BSC, you can swap it in seconds.
And also, something I think that's actually really helpful to kind of mention to help visualize what Matter 1 does. Matter 1 doesn't actually bridge your asset, right? We keep saying no bridges, and that's actually the absolute truth. The beauty of Matter 1 is it avoids the need for bridges altogether. What we do is, or what Matter 1 does, it's a decentralized rail that allows you to exchange the value of your tokens or assets on one chain for assets or tokens on another chain. And, that might sound like a very niche difference, but that is a complete paradigm shift from how things tend to work in the DeFi space, where if I, like as Ben has mentioned, if you wanted like a Ben token on BNB, and I only have Dan token on Ethereum, there's a problem there, getting to Ben token on BNB. So instead of bridging that Dan token to BNB, what you do is you send, or this would all take place on the back end. The Matter One system would basically allow you to trade your Dan token on Ethereum, and we will deposit the Ben token into your wallet on BNB on the destination chain. And by doing it this way, we're able to take advantage of processing multiple transactions at the same time, parallel processing. And basically what this does is it cuts down the actual finality times significantly so, which then leads to all these opportunities, right? Because imagine if you're trying to have an application that, let's say like an e-commerce application or something, right? And you have to wait 10 minutes for assets to bridge and then swap and then maybe bridge again and do a multi-hop, whatever the case may be. By doing it this way, you literally are able to do almost any operation, whether it's on one chain or on multiple chains, in seconds. And that's a paradigm shift. It completely opens up the world to all sorts of innovations that the space has simply not seen yet. Matter One is a very, very, very important technology to bring to the DeFi space, and it will change how people think of DeFi, because Matter One makes DeFi practical for actual use cases, for lived experiences, for a population of people that are used to immediate finality times on apps like PayPal and Stripe and whatever else. Because we're so conditioned to these user experiences on our financial technology that are so quick, Matter One is going to be the only technology that allows DeFi to truly compete with traditional financial systems in just user experience and smoothness and speed, all these different aspects. So now that I've just kind of broken down Matter One a little bit more, I'd just like to open the floor up. If anyone has any questions, me and Ben here will do our best to answer any that you have. So
Before you
shoot
go,
away.
before you go into that, I
Yeah.
just
Go.
want to repeat one last time. This has got patents going through, meaning no one can take this technology and do it themselves.
Mhm.
Matter One, what the patent going through means, or patent pending, is if anyone's put this technology before us, that we've done as much due diligence as we can and we can't see anyone who's put it through, it means Matter One is coming into the space and no one can copy the tech. So if no one can copy the tech, it means why would it, for free of charge, again, a project for free of charge can take this and they could have Matter One built into their checkout in a few months, and they can have the dream checkout and no one can compete.
Yeah, that's music to my ear. That's really good. Okay, are you saying something, Dan or Benjamin?
Yeah, floor's all yours, guys.
Yep. Go right for it.
Okay, as we have a few minutes left for this AMA, so I'll take some community questions. I see a lot of people are really curious about this unique project and they're raising their hands. So let me unmute someone from the audience. Nida, you are unmuted. You can ask your question.
Okay. I would like to ask if there are any options for user to increase the $500 limit for fiat to crypto transaction on your platform. Can user purchase a premium account or perform multiple $500 transaction in a day to increase this limit? Also, how does the ecosystem ensure compliance with KYC AML regulation while offering anonymity to its users?
Good questions. If I may, so we have a question about compliance and KYC, and we have a question about on-ramping specifically under the limit that allows you to go without KYC. So I'll start with the KYC aspect. So we have a partner for Embr Checkout as it stands right now. We use GateFi, who's powered by a well-known traditional financial technology company called Unlimint. And these guys are the ones who hold all the licenses and the money service businesses licenses and all the registrations, etc. Because Embr at any time never actually has custody of your assets. They're the only ones who actually need to have licenses and the correct compliance. In addition, they also take care of the KYC. And theoretically, if you wanted to buy through GateFi, your account, which is linked to your email, will have limits to how much you can buy. I have not tested whether you could theoretically make 10 different email accounts and get a $500 limit on each one and avoid KYC. However, being that this is a fairly reputable traditional financial technology company, I wouldn't try it, and it very well might end up in some sort of freezing of assets or account or whatever. I'm not saying that is what's going to happen, but I don't mess with the traditional financial technology companies. So you're able to get that number that Ben mentioned, which is 500. That would be a daily limit. And then there's also weekly limits and I believe a yearly limit for how much crypto you can on-ramp through GateFi specifically. And also, how do we ensure compliance? This is actually, and AML and all these things as well. The beauty of GateFi and a lot of these on-ramps is that when we plug it into our technology, it's basically plug and play compliance as well, because in our instance, we're never in custody of the assets. So they're the only ones who have to, or not have to, they're the ones who basically have all the licenses and everything else that they need. They come with like anti-fraud engines and basically everything you'd expect out of a credit card processor. And in addition, when we're talking about AML and preventing the funding of terrorists and all those various different movements, we use Sentinel Protocol and who are a very high profile on-chain analysis company. Also, we use another one, Sentinel and Chainalysis, both of them. So our system is constantly being monitored for, what would you say, transactions that could be, in service of money laundering or financing of terrorists and etc. So thankfully, because of that, we have a pretty decent system in that regard. And then regarding security from, potentially bad actors who want to put Embr Checkout on their website, we actually sort through projects manually. And if you do not already have a token in our database, you have to physically reach out to us for us to add your token and do a quick look over your guys' project for any blatant red flags that would cause us to not list your token or give you a checkout. In addition, there is a minimum liquidity that you need in order for your token to properly load Embr Checkout. And that is 5,000 US dollars worth in the native coin of that specific chain. So, those are that's like a brief overview of the various different measures in place when it comes to AML, KYC, just general security, etc. And I believe the router on Embr Checkout right now makes use of 1inch, which is also a highly audited, highly what would you say, reputable DEX aggregator. And yes, and they're also close friends with our partners over at Hacken. We're a part of their partner program, same as them. So we know from personal experience that Hacken is rigorous with its security and making sure that it only really associates with projects that are doing their bit and keeping this space as safe as possible. And I think that's a good place to end that answer.
Also, I'd just like to add, remember, you can buy more than $500 a day. It's just you have to KYC. And it's only a one-time KYC. So if you want to put in 1,000, 2,000, you just have to KYC. And it's a one-time KYC with GateFi. And then you're done.
Yep. And also, I want to mention as well, um, KYC, because of compliance, can be different in different regions. So one region might allow the $500, I believe, especially like in the US and Europe, some of our bigger markets, you will be able to get that $500, KYC limit, or no KYC limit. However, there are certain regions where that is not possible. And it'll actually basically imply directly in the interface, whether that KYC limit is applicable in your region.
Okay, thank you so much for answering my question.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great
Thank you for
question.
asking it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, Nida. And we are already running out of time, so let's take one more question. So, Zainab, maybe. Zainab, you're allowed to speak.
Yeah, thank you. So my question is, I'm curious to know if you guys have obtained a patent for the technology it has developed, which even Walt is using, and how it plans to attract non-crypto users to its platform. Can you share any detail about strategy for bringing in a new users who may have not any experience with cryptocurrency?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the first half of that for me? My headset cut out for a little bit there.
Yeah, okay. I'm curious to know if you guys have obtained a patent for a technology it has developed, which even Walt is using, and how it plans to attract non-crypto users to its platform.
Yes, good questions. So Embr Checkout, I don't believe Embr Checkout has a patent. The patents that we're referring to more take part in the technology of Matter One and Embr Payments API. Which would be basically the back end of our products and eventually any developer who wants to work on Matter One. And how would we attract people to our platform, our technology, both on and off chain? That's a good question. And ultimately, it comes down to the fact that both DeFi and traditional finance have their issues. Traditional finance, you have a scalability issue, you have a anonymity issue, you have security issues, centralization, centralization and central points of failure in these systems. And then in DeFi, you have an even larger lack of scalability at the cost of heightened anonymity and decentralization and etc. So ultimately, Matter One is a nice bridge between these worlds where it's able to take the best of both worlds and produce a outcome that is probably the best middle ground between them. So Matter One, someone, let's say a business, right now there's not a whole lot of businesses that accept cryptocurrency. And part of that is also because it's not easy to do so. So in the instance of, let's say, like a merchant who wants to maybe only, who might be able to accept 5 or 6 different cryptocurrencies, tokens, etc., but they want that money to be, saved as USDT, or if he needs to pay payroll in different tokens, all of these things are managed in a way where it doesn't matter what token someone wants to receive, what token someone wants to send, everyone gets what they want. And that is actually a system that supersedes traditional finance too. Think cross-border payments, think the kinds of use cases that XRP goes for. Those that is technically something that Matter One unlocks for people who are not necessarily keen on what would you say, XRP, sort of more commercial, large scale Swift type system. This is more what you would call like an ACH type, not actually, more what you would compare to the ACH system than the Swift system, which is more what XRP does. So in this instance, a lot of use cases come to the forefront. There's lots of reasons to use Matter One because it simplifies DeFi to an experience that you would expect out of like an Amazon, right? Literally just click and go. Doesn't matter the chain of the destination, doesn't matter the source chain of what you're paying with. It's all the same. It's the idea of liquidity transfer and basically value transfer. And because of this, the limitations of both DeFi and traditional finance are a little less sharp when using Matter One. And of course, that's not to say that Matter One might not have, some other, drawback in some place, but right now, as we're building it and as we've already had multiple proofs of concept done, it is a happy middle ground between the traditional finance and while keeping everything decentralized. And it's because of that balance, it's an attractive option for a lot of people. We also are partnering with all sorts of different companies and different organizations in the crypto space. And ultimately, we'll probably dominate the crypto space and the DeFi space before we get much of a foothold outside of it. But Matter One is one of the few technologies coming from DeFi that has genuine potential outside of the boundaries of blockchain, because it makes using blockchain so easy. You don't even have to know that it's blockchain that you're using. That's kind of the beauty of it.
I'd just like to add one more thing, if that's all right, before we wrap this up. The Embr has a token. We have pretty much 4x nearly in the last 2 weeks. It is red hot at the moment. The reason why we're doing so well is we released the checkout 2 weeks ago, and it's just gone boom. In a few months' time, when Matter One comes in, the bigger boom is going to come. And as I said earlier, if you're not on this bullet train, you'll be set on the sides. You can join our Telegram, look at our token, read up about everything that we're building and doing. But when you're thinking about buying a token, buy a token that's going to change cryptocurrency. Embr is going to change crypto. Well, Matter One is going to change cryptocurrency, and Ember's the company behind it. But we do have a token as well. And we have, when Matter One comes into play, we'll have incredibly generous rewards system through Matter One. Again, if you're looking for a token to get into, please come into our Telegram. We're more than happy to answer any questions that you've got. And Ember's pumping. And just say, you want to be getting on this bad boy as soon as possible.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Thank you. And that was a very good question.
Okay, yeah. Thank you so much, guys, for being in here. That concludes our AMA session with the team behind Embr. And we would like to thank you guys, especially Dan and Benjamin, for taking the time to answer our questions and share your insights on the project. Please state your last words. Then we can end this session.
I would like to say to Dan, you go first, and I'll go second.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to leave you guys on this note. Imagine a world where all the friction of getting into DeFi is just a memory. People wouldn't actually have to go to a decentralized exchange or a centralized exchange just to buy something that intrigues them or something that they can make use of. Ultimately, Embr is in the business of changing how people look at crypto, from buying crypto to using crypto. And this is the first step to doing that. I'd just like to thank our host. Thank you so much for giving us a stage. And I look forward to seeing how we can all help change the space for the better. And with that, I pass it back to you, Ben.
Yeah, I'd like to say, if there's any people in here who has a project, checkout is free of charge. Please send me a personal DM or go into our Telegram and ask anyone, and we can get checkout on your crypto project in seconds, and you'll have your own custom checkout. Again, if you know anyone who has a project, please tell them about its recording. Please bring them into our Telegram, and we are more than welcome and happy to talk to them one-on-one and explain everything in detail over and over, and get checkout out to the mass. Our goal is to get to 1,000 projects, and then once we get to 1,000 projects, it will mass adopt into the whole crypto space. So yeah, guys, please join the journey with us, and let's change crypto payment way, how you pay crypto, how you sell crypto, how you swap token to token. It will change. And I said, please join the Telegram. We're here to help.
Okay, that's great. And once again, thank you so much, guys. So for the community members, thank you everyone for joining this call today. I would suggest you to join all the socials of Embr project. And if you would like to stay updated on the latest developments with Embr, be sure to follow them on their social media channels and join their community. And I would like to remind our audience that the information provided during this session is for information purposes only and should not be considered as financial advice. It is always important to do your own research and address the risks involved before making any investment decisions. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Appreciate your time. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Can
you
you
so
drop?
much.
I'll drop the Telegram link into your comment section so people could go.
Yeah, okay.